Welcome to another episode of Dusty Road Adventures. In this episode we check out Matlock and its amazing views and its fire tower. From there we explore some rugged tracks, making our way to Mount Terrible. Once we get to the hut, we get some interesting entertainment. Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Dusty Road Adventures. And here I am at the moment in a small little town called Matlock, which is about 3 hours east of Melbourne CBD. And you might be able to hear some kookaburras laughing at me. Yeah, they're all around here at the moment. So I've been on the bike for about 3 hours to get to where I am. And Indy's already copped a bit of a hiding at the moment. Loving that new rear tyre. It's a Shinko big block, and it's been brilliant. Can't complain. So on today's episode we're going to try and check out some tracks I've never been before. So we're going to go check out Mount Matlock and then make our way across Frenchman's Gap. Well, I think it's called Frenchman's Gap Track, and then hopefully make it to Mount Terrible, and then from there we'll make a decision where to go from after that. So it's just nice to explore a little bit. Now I saw this roof a few miles back. I'm thinking, what? In the middle of nowhere? And then I realised, oh, I'm close to Matlock. Beautiful. And then they have an amazing view of that. How good is that? I'm just at the top of that hill. Wow, what a view. So I'm just at the top of Matlock, the little township of 7, and I just noticed the tower over there, up on that hill. That's where we're heading, to Mount Matlock. So it's about 10 kilometres away from here, and we're already at an elevation of 1216 metres. So that's not too bad at all, is it? Must be so nice to live up here. So I'm at the turn-off towards Mount Matlock, so I'm just on the boundaries to Goulburn State Forest, and we're just going to take this track up here in the middle. So I'm not sure where that track goes on the left. I think it might meet back up with the one on the right, but this one here looks a little bit better. So that's called Cornhill Track, or Cornhill Rd I should say, and we should be at Mount Matlock in about 10 minutes. Here we are at Mount Matlock Fire Tower, and it didn't even take 10 minutes. It was like 2 kilometres, that was about it. That was nice and easy. So there we are, that's one mountain done, 2 more to go. Possibly 2 more. Just thought I'd chuck that in there. Can you imagine being the poor guy that's got to climb that all the way up there? 2 words: screw that. What a view. What a rocky track. It's actually quite steep. Back end's dancing around. nothing that a Royal Enfield can't handle, that's for sure. We do have an amazing view, but as you know, what goes up must come down. And I've just walked that track and it's steep. So let's just see how we go. It's not too bad. Sorry about the huffing and the puffing. So I'm just going to ease it down. Just going to ride both brakes. I could go a little bit quicker, but the faster you go, when things go wrong, it happens faster. I didn't realise, but I've just taken one of the extra challenges tracks that I was talking about earlier. So just took Frenchman Gap Track, and we've ended up back on Cornhill Rd. So that hill was completely unnecessary, but you know what? It was worth it. It was fun. It was good. That's for a view. Oh, that for a track. Holy hell. So I just walked that steep hill that I just looked at, and it was just way too rocky, way too steep. Like even if I turned the bike off and walked it down, I would have just slid. So I'm going to go onto another little track which links up to it anyway, but it just bypasses that steep hill. So I think we're now going on Spur Track, and let's see where this goes. So I'm just reaching the bottom of where that steep track was. I'm going to look back and show you. So that was it there, and it was just all rocks. Doesn't look like much, but I could barely walk it. Yes, I know, I chickened out. Oh well. So I just found this little cabin. It's pretty cool. Definitely help in winter if you get stuck in the wild weather. Yeah, what else you got? So I've made it to the end of Ryan's Spur Track, which is really good. When I say really good, it was amazing. A little bit rocky in some parts, but it was easy. It's just, if you're a beginner four-wheel drive, it's a great place to start, so it's been good. So I'm now at the corner of Moonlight Spur Track. So that's just over there, over the reach. And then behind you guys, or now behind me, is Mount Terrible Track. So I'm just trying to decide, because I'm running a little bit behind time, whether I do Moonlight Spur Track, which will take me back out to the main road, to Jameson Woods Point Road, I think it is, or do I take Mount Terrible Track, which is where I want to go anyway. So I think I might try that. What do you think? Alright, so we're going to make our way down to Mount Terrible Track. So hopefully I'll save about an hour or two, because I'm about an hour behind. So it's 1 o'clock, and I was hoping to start making my way home at about 2. It's taken me a little bit longer than I expected, because doing videoing sometimes can take quite a while. Bloody hell. I said I wanted to do Mount Terrible Track, didn't realise it was that steep. Wow. Oh, it doesn't look that steep actually. Alright, let's give it a bell. Let's tractor it up. So where I stopped for lunch on the corner of Moonlight, Spur and Mount Terrible Track, I stopped and had some pizza, and all of a sudden, not far behind me, was the sound of a chainsaw. I'm like, oh, even in the middle of the forest. And you're thinking, oh yeah, get some peace and quiet. Nah. Now you get a lot of these little runoffs. Some if you want to challenge yourself, and others if you want to take the easy route. So usually there's a sign saying which way is the track, but I like going this side because I don't know if you can see through the trees. You've got a nice view. You can see right across the other side of the valley. It's amazing. And the other thing too, I am riding by myself, so I don't want to do anything stupid. I just wanted to stop for a sec. I see a tower over there, and I believe that's where I'm going. That is Mount Terrible. So basically just got to follow the ridgeline around the right, around to the left, and up there. So let's see how we go. I just wanted to highlight that the higher we go, the rockier it's getting. Ooh. Yeah, so here we are on the ridgeline, on the right and on the left. Yeah, it's pretty special. So when you look through, you can see tracks. I can see tracks off to the right, tracks everywhere. I love this place. It's amazing. I just stopped for a minute because I've got to do a small mechanical repair. As you can see, it's come loose, so I'll just fix that up. Alright, now I've got a steep one up ahead. Okay. First gear it is. Actually, I don't mind it. I keep thinking back of when I was on the BMW, I would have been petrified of this. But now I'm on the Royal Enfield, it's like, oh, okay. So we are almost at Mount Terrible. Almost. And these rocks are getting big. No, that's not Mount Terrible, that's just a campsite. Beautiful place though. Great location. And here we are. Busy. Last time I came here there was not a soul. brilliant.
Very good, Michael.
Oh, hang on.
So that's Mount Terrible. And there's the fire tower just next to it. Been beautiful. In fact, it was really good. Had a full drive group just there, and the lady was teaching everyone how to crack whips. I think all the fellas are a little bit scared. Maybe they get enough of it at home. Sorry, ladies. Yeah, I was thinking about it. I'm like, oh no, myself, I'm going to get myself on the nuts. So yeah, nah. Alright, so just making our way down Mount Terrible Track. Spectacular view, that's for sure. Ooh. Yeah, it's pretty steep. And there's Lake Eildon. So I'm going to try this track anyway because I can see it going all the way down there. So let's just see how it goes. It's steep as buggery. Wow, beautiful, amazing view. Now just to show you how steep it is, that's what I just come down. So, and then if you look at that, flatness of the mountains and the gradient. Yeah, pretty nuts. Yeah, certainly don't want to come back this way, that's for sure. Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Whew. Yeah, got the back wheel sliding a bit. Oh, that's the worst part of it over, I hope. So it's a starting Poletti Track. It's pretty steep. Alright, let's give it some beans. And rocky. So Poletti Track is quite steep, quite rocky, but you can get lots of grip, so it's not a problem. You just don't want to be coming up this way. Alright, just going down the last part of Poletti Track before we hit Jameson and Woods Point Road. I think that's what it's called. As I said in many videos, don't quote me 100% on road names. So on today's trip we started off in Matlock. We've basically followed this road to the start of Cornhill Rd, and we followed it all the way along until we got to Ryan Spur, and then we followed Ryan Spur all the way until we had lunch at Moonlight Spur, and then from there we took Mount Terrible Track all the way up, and this section was very steep until we get to Mount Terrible. And then from there, we basically followed Mount Terrible Track a little bit further until we got to Poletti Track. And that was the route that we took today.